joined us online, and they will be giving a speech for about 3 minutes. They have to choose. There are basically two topics from which they have to choose one of them to speak about it. The two topics are the first one is how can we come close to our Imam alayhi salam of our time. The second one is the importance of religious education. So those are the two topics. The participants have a choice to actually decide which one they want to make a speech on. So without further ado, let me actually do a round table where we can actually have an introduction of each and every participant. If everyone can, if I can ask every single participant to actually, I'll say your name, and if you can introduce yourself by saying your own name, then your parents or your father's name, and if you can tell your grade as well, which grade you're studying right now, and which part of GTA you are from right now. If it's Mississauga, just say Mississauga. So just answer these four questions: your name, your father's name, your grade that you're studying in, and which part of GTA you are from. So I'll get started with Kambar Rizvi. So if Kambar, unmute yourself and please state your name, your father's name, your location, and the grade that you study in right now.
Okay, my name is Sayed Kamaruzi. I'm 14 years old. I study in grade 10, and I currently live in Brampton. My father is Sayed Misam Raza, and my mother is Nazim.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Welcome, Esam. Welcome, Amber. Thank you for joining us. And I'm going to ask Mahir, who's also alongside with you. Mahir, if you can also introduce yourself, please.
Welcome. My name is Syed Mahir Rizvi. I live in Brampton, and my dad's name is Syed Misam Raza. I'm in grade 8 currently.
Excellent. Thank you so much. Bro, welcome to both of you guys. Thank you for joining and thank you for taking the time to actually participate and prepare your speech. We will move to Azadar. Azadar, if you can unmute yourself and introduce yourself, please.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Azadar, and I'm 14 years old. I'm nine. My dad's name is Kamran Heather Rizvi, and I'm from Brampton.
Perfect. Welcome, Azadar. Thanks for joining. We'll move on to Muhammad Abbas. If you can hear us, can you please introduce yourself? Yes.
My name is Muhammad Abbas Zahir. My father's name is Ali Haider Zahir. I'm in grade 8, 13 years old, and I am currently living in Brampton.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Welcome to the program. Thank you for introducing yourself. We'll move over to Muhammad Amin, please. If you can unmute yourself and introduce yourself, please. Muhammad Amin, yes. Sorry, Muhammad Amin, we cannot hear you. Maybe if you can be close to your mic. Yeah, thank you.
Hear me now?
Yeah, this is better. Yeah.
Okay, so my name is Mohammed Amin. My father's name is Amin Askar. I'm 15. I live in Brampton.
Thank you so much. Welcome. And I'm going to ask Heather Amin as well, who's sitting alongside you, if you can introduce as well.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Heather Amin. I'm in grade 6 and I'm 12 years old. And my dad's name is Amin Askar.
Excellent. Thank you. Welcome, you guys. Thanks for joining. We'll now move over to Cheyenne. Cheyenne, if you can unmute yourself. Yeah.
Assalamu alaikum. Today, my name is Muhammad Shayan Haider. I'm in grade 6. I'm 12 years old. My dad's name is Muhammad Zamir Hussain, and I live in Brampton.
Excellent. Thank you. I like your shirt, by the way. Very nice shirt. And thanks for participating. I will move on to Hassan Rizvi. If you can please unmute yourself and give a quick introduction.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Hassan Rizvi. My father's name is Syed Stan Heather Rizvi. I am 13 years old and I'm from Brampton.
Excellent. Welcome, Hassan. Thanks for joining. We have Shabir Basit here with us. If you can please unmute yourself. Sorry, Hassan, we're not able to hear you. Or Shabir, we cannot hear you. Can you? No, we're not able to hear you. So maybe try to unmute yourself. So I think you're on mute, Shabir. Yeah, try now. No, we're not. I'm not able to hear you. So maybe try reconnecting and we'll get back to you. Right now, I'm not able to hear you. Okay. All right. So yeah, I am not able to hear you, Shabir, but welcome aboard. And the last participant who is supposed to, I think, no, that's about it. So, we have Raza Mohsin as well. Raza Mohsin, if you can unmute and introduce yourself, please.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Muhammad Reza Mohsin. I live in Whitby, and my dad's name is Irfan Ali Mohsin, and I'm in grade 7.
Perfect. Thank you, Raza Mohsin, for that introduction. And you're from Whitby, so great to know that. And thanks, everyone. Jaribai, if you can also, just to check the audio, if you can also introduce yourself, you can tell us where you're joining us from. And if you want to say like a quick 1 or 2 lines about the program and how would you approach it while you're judging our participants here today.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين لا سيما محمد وآله الطاهرين ولعنة الدائمة باقية على أعدائهم أجمعين. First of all, I would welcome you all, mashallah. It's really good to see you all, mashallah, here. Just a piece of advice before we start this thing. My name is Sayyid Jari Heather Zedi. I live in Brampton, obviously. One piece of advice for you all is that this competition is obviously for us to gauge our knowledge and for us to motivate ourselves to get more and more knowledge. And as per the hadith and as per the aqwal of ulama, the scholars, what they have said, they have emphasized that if you are doing competition, that this positive competition to acquire knowledge is a really good thing. So what we right now doing is having a positive competition in order to acquire knowledge. This itself is a really good thing that we're doing, and there are few exceptions where you can have some sort of hasad or some sort of like your motivation to acquire more and more knowledge. And this is one of those things in which if you are competing, that competition is only for you to be motivated to get more knowledge. So whatever the result comes in, the ultimate thing that you need to learn from it is that this should be a pretext for you to go and acquire more and more ulum of al-Bayt alayhi salam, knowledge that pertains to the madhab of Ahlul Bayt and Islam. With this, inshallah, I wish all of the participants really good of luck. And I also wish, inshallah, that may Allah make this program as a wasila that we can get closer towards Him. And our Imam of our time is happy with us.
Jazakallah, Jaribai. Amazing piece of advice. And yeah, thank you. I probably would just reiterate what Jaribai said. The mere fact of all of you basically taking the time to prepare for the speech and just participating in the program tells us how devoted you guys are, how dedicated you guys are to bring yourself out there and take yourself out of the comfort zone and be out there, right? So this is great. We're thankful to each and every one of you for participating, and good luck to all of you. Please do remember that the prizes obviously are there for the position holders, but just your mere participation in this program means a lot to us. We are thankful and grateful for you to basically being to you for being here at this program and delivering the speech on these 2 topics. So I'm gonna, without further ado, I'm gonna get started on the program. As you already know, you have 3 to 5 minutes, ideally 3 minutes, to speak on the topic of your choice. There are 2 topics, like you know already know. I'm going to repeat those two topics again. Number one is how can we come close to our Imam alayhi salam of time? And then the second one is the importance of religious education. So I'm gonna start off with Raza Mohsen here. And if Raza Mohsen, if you're ready, if you can please unmute yourself, state your name again for the record, and then tell us the topic that you will be talking about, and then then start delivering.
My name is Muhammad Reza Mohsen. My topic is about Imam Zamana.
Excellent.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله وكفى والسلام على عباد الذين اصطفى أما بعد قال إمام جعفر الصادق كيف ينتفع الناس بالحجة غائب المستور قال كما ينتفعون بالشمس إذا سترها السحاب. Imam Jafar as-Sadiq alayhi salam says that the people during the time of the occultation of our time will benefit him, as people benefit from the sun when it is behind the clouds. As you can see, that the sun behind the clouds benefits us in the same way that the sun in front of the clouds benefits us. This means that we are connected to the sun through its rays. If we don't see it, doesn't mean that we cannot connect to it. Rather, we need to absorb the sun's heat, which can easily pass through the clouds. Imam Ali is like the sun, and the sun's rays are our connection with our Imam. And the curtain of ghaibat is like the clouds. This connection is of two levels. The first level is a physical level, and the second level is a spiritual level. The physical level is our oath of allegiance. In Arabic, it is called bayat. This is a very important part of our connection with our Imam to recite Dua al-Ahad every single morning after Fajr Salat. Imam Jafar al-Sadiq also says that the people will leave their house in the morning with Iman and return to their home in the evening with kufr. To make sure that we are the followers of our Imam, we must renew this oath every single morning. And the spiritual level of connection is established by absorbing the rays of our Imam's nur of ma'rifat and hidayat into our qalb, absorbing the nur of ma'rifat and hidayat into our heart. The sun's rays are like our Imam's nur of ma'rifat and hidayat. It can reach anybody, but everybody cannot absorb it. This requires a pure heart. That is why we must purify our heart. One way to purify our heart is to recite the Quran daily. And the best way to purify our heart is through the azadari of Imam Hussein alayhi salam. I think if we take these simple steps, it will help us to establish and strengthen our connection with our Imam. May us all be his helpers, inshallah.
Jazakallah, amazing job, Raza. I'm so thoroughly impressed. Really, the message, the delivery, the confidence level, the way you spoke was simply amazing. I really enjoyed it. And like you said, I think your topic was on Imam Zamana, and you said how it is important to renew our oath every single morning when we wake up. We need to ensure that we have that connection, and every single morning we need to make sure that we are strengthening that connection with our Imam of our time. Thank you so much, Raza Mohsen, once again. It was amazing. We'll now move over to Cheyenne. And Cheyenne, again, if you can unmute yourself, state your name for the record, and the topic that you're going to be talking about, and then you'll have 3 minutes to start delivering.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Muhammad Shayan Haider, and today my topic is going to be about the importance of religious education. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Dear listeners, Assalamu alaikum. Today my topic is importance of religious education. First, I'm going to talk about why and what religious education is in general. Alhamdulillah, we are Muslims and we follow the religion of Islam, which teaches us to love Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and obey what He asks for us to do. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran, indeed the religion with Allah is Islam, which also means we must understand the teachings of Islam that make Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala happy. Religion is not only necessary, but it is a very significant part of our life. Religion acts as a light to guide people through the tunnels of life and bring them to the light at the other end. Religion is important not only to guide people in life, but is something that helps us reflect on what the meaning of life is and what the person really wants in life. A quote that was narrated by Imam Ali alayhi salam. Body is purified by water, nafs by tears, intellect is purified by knowledge, and the soul is purified by love. Why is religious education important? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has told us the importance of His religion. Our religion has 5 roots, like the roots of a tree. Imagine that this tree is Islam. In order for the tree to grow, its seed needs to grow roots. The 5 roots of Islam are Tawheed, Allah is one, Adala, Allah is fair and just, Nabuwa, Allah has sent 124,000 prophets, Imama, the 12 Imams, and Qiyamah, which means the Day of Judgment. Allah has told us how a certain thing in our lives is important. Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wasallam has said, "Man salaka tariqan liyatluba fihi ilman." This certain thing is knowledge. This hadith means that Allah will open for us an easier pathway to Jannah only if we seek knowledge in this life. Think of this pathway like a road. If you do not want to learn and seek more knowledge than you already have, this road to Jannah is being blocked by traffic. But if you learn and seek knowledge with your heart, the traffic will be all cleared and it will be easier for you to do the right thing because of your intellect. Getting knowledge glorifies your position not only in the hereafter, but in this world too. And your position gets glorified by none other than the Almighty, the Creator, the Merciful, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And if you seek knowledge, the whole universe, from the fish to the tiniest insects, ask Allah to forgive you for all your past sins, which is called istighfar. Religion teaches its followers to choose right over wrong, good over evil, just over unjust, truth over lies, and live in peace and harmony in the world. Religion teaches us all the moral values that need to be learned to live within our family and with the outside world. My name is Shayan, and thank you for listening to me.
Jazakallah, amazing. Another sensational speech, Ayan. Thank you so much. And really, again, a very, like the importance of religious education cannot be overemphasized or cannot be emphasized enough. And right, like you said, it teaches us moral values to live in the society that we are in. It only teaches us how truth is actually always important than lies, and how we should make sure that our moral compass is always telling us what to do, what is morally right. Thank you for that speech. I am now going to move over to Heather Amin. If you can please unmute yourself, state your name, state the topic, and then go on from there. Heather Amin. So Heather, I think your mic, you probably need to be closer to the mic so that we can hear you. So we're not able to hear you. Let me see if you are unmuted. Yeah, you are unmuted. So maybe try again. I was able to listen to you.
Hello?
Yeah, there you go. Okay, that's perfect. Yeah, go ahead.
My name is Heather, and today I'm going to talk on the topic about how can we come close to Imam of our time.
Excellent.
Can I start?
Absolutely, go right ahead.
My name, In an era of immense oppression that prevails throughout the world, excessive bloodshed, the disregard of the most noble and the most beloved human values, the people lose their hope. However, being a Shia Muslim, I believe there is a light of hope, alhamdulillah. That light of hope is only and only our Imam Asr alayhi salam. Therefore, here I am highlighting a few points. By considering them, I believe we can come close to our Imam of time. The first point is to obtain knowledge about the special characteristics of Imam alayhi salam. This is obligatory according to text, Quran, and Hadith, and reason. That the marifat of Imam Zaman alayhi salam is wajib, and it is also wajib to learn about his special characteristics of our Imam alayhi salam, so that if a false claimant of Madaviyat appears, we can at once realize his falsehood. The second point is to be respectful while mentioning him. A moment should always mention Imam alayhi salam with the best of the titles. For example, Hujjat, Qaim, Mahdi, Sahib al-Amr, and Sahib al-Zaman, and etc. The third point is loving him. The necessary conditions for the performance of his duty is that we fulfill all that which is the requirement for loving him. We all know that loving the Ahl Bayt is obligatory. Many traditions have been recorded for this, but there is a special emphasis for the love of Imam Zaman alayhi salam. The fourth point is awaiting his reappearance. Our discussion on the duty for awaiting for the reappearance of Imam Zaman alayhi salam, awaiting for the reappearance of Imam Mahdi alayhi salam is obligatory for all. Intizar Imam alayhi salam is the opposite of despair or hopelessness. The fifth point is expressing an eagerness to see him. This is one of the distinguishing characteristics of the Imam alayhi salam's followers. Numerous traditions and supplications mention this quality. How beautifully it is expressed in a couplet. The heart burns and tears flow in the eagerness to see you. The desire to see is burning us, and the tears of separation are going to drown us. The sixth point is relating the praiseworthy qualities of Imam alayhi salam. To remember Imam alayhi salam through the mention of his fazail, which means special qualities. The seventh point is grief of a believer due to Imam's separation. One of the duties of a believer is to be sorrowful in the separation of Imam alayhi salam. It is a sign of one's attachment to Imam alayhi salam. The eighth point is to be present in assemblies where the fazail and manaqib of Imam alayhi salam are discussed. Another important duty of a believer is to participate in gatherings especially associated with Imam alayhi salam, or where people discuss matters connected to Imam alayhi salam. And the ninth point is to organize gatherings where the fazail of Imam alayhi salam shall be discussed. The next important duty is to organize programs where the fazail of Imam alayhi salam are narrated, where people will pray for Imam alayhi salam. The 10th point is composing and reciting poems in the Imam's praise. One of the duties of Shias in Ghaibat is to compose poetry or couplets in the praise of Imam and recite them. The 11th point is to pray to Allah that He bestows us with the marifat, which means recognition of Imam alayhi salam. One of the responsibilities during Ghaibat is that we regularly supplicate Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to grant us the correct marifat of Imam Zaman alayhi salam. The 12th point is striving for Imam alayhi salam. As much as possible, one should strive in the service of Imam alayhi salam, because tradition says that the universe exists due to the barakat of Imam alayhi salam. These are my points. We would definitely come close to Imam if we follow them. Thank you so much for listening to my points.
Jazakallah. Thank you so much, Heather Amin, for that wonderful piece of speech. I think we should really see here that how Imam of our time is different in a way that we have to express how we are actually waiting for him, and this is one of the key things that is unique about him. Thanks again. I'd just like to make a quick announcement, if you for everyone, please. The time limit is again 3 minutes, please, for everyone, if we can abide by that. And the other thing is, if you can actually try to verbally or orally read the speech, deliver the speech without actually looking at like, I don't know, at notes or anything like that. It's okay to actually look at the notes occasionally, but if you can deliver it yourself without looking so much, or without actually reading it, that would be awesome. So thanks again, everyone. I will now move on to Muhammad Abbas. If you can please state your name, the topic, and you can go right ahead with the speech.
My name is Muhammad Abbas. My topic is the importance of religious studies.
Excellent. Please go ahead.
Babulilm Bani Hashim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Dear brothers, Assalamu alaikum. I would like to thank Babulilm Bani Hashim Society to participate in this special occasion. The topic of my speech is importance of religious education. Being born in a Shia Muslim family means a lot of different things. First of all, at your birth, you are given azan and iqama. Then, when you first start growing up, your parents teach you different things, such as the names of the Panjatan and Masumin. Around the age of 6, you first go to public school and religious school. In public school, you can learn about math, science, etc., but not anything regarding religious aspects. In religious school, you learn your Arabic letters, how to properly do wudu, etc. Especially in these times, there are many lies on the internet. These lies can be about many things, one of them being religion. Without religious studies, who knows if little kids would know any better if a random person tells him or her that they shouldn't do many things such as pray, fast, or even follow the path of Islam. Just because someone thought it was funny to say these things can have a serious effect on many children. That is why I believe that religious studies are important. Most teachers at religious schools are just as qualified as teachers at a public school. Public school teachers teach you how to be a law-abiding citizen, while religious school teachers focus on teaching you how to be a law-abiding Muslim. In madrasa, we are taught how to read and understand the Quran, as well as the history of our religion. Not only knowing how to read the Quran, but also understanding it is very important because the Quran is the holy book written by Allah. This book has incredible knowledge by every page, especially the Madani surahs, which are literally religious education. Secondly, all of this is important because without religious education, only Allah knows where we would be. One of the most important things is balaghat, and where it is mandatory to pray salah, fast, etc. And most religious schools make the signs of balaghat class mandatory. Now, one can make the argument that they shouldn't send their son or daughter to religious school because they can just teach them at home. And while it is the parents' responsibility to teach their child basic knowledge when their child is very young, sending your kid to religious school gives them a more disciplined environment where they can learn from both their qualified teachers and their peers. Finally, in my closing remarks, I would like to say that if you would like to be, say, a successful businessman or entrepreneur, that the public education system is necessary. But if you also want to become a successful Muslim in this world, then the religious education system is just as important as any other. Thank you and assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam. Excellent speech again, Abbas. And again, the message is deeply important. The way you also structured your speech was phenomenal. You had like an opening statement, and then you actually went into the details of it. You provided the reasons, and then you gave your closing remarks. So very well done on the structure. And the topic was obviously very interesting as well. How you said like it is important for us to become a successful person, a successful citizen in the society. It's also important to make sure that we are doing our part as a Muslim, and we want to make sure that at akhir
ای گل هیدر ای گل هیدر شبه پیامبر بسم الله شمس الضحى بسم الله عین اللقی بسم الله روح البقا بسم الله الشیخ لقا سیدی صلی